and welcome to Lena May's Jewelry channel. Today we're actually going to do something a little bit different. So some of you who has been following us for a while, we are known for having some really discounted jewelry. But today, like I said, we're doing something a little bit different and really bring some more added value for our loyal subscribers. Now, if you haven't done so, consider to subscribe our channel and like this video so that we know if you like this type of content, we can definitely release more of these contents. Now, so what we have for you guys today is a quick short summary slash minor education on pearls. So if you're somebody who is actually in the market to shop for pearl, there has to be a ton of questions that you might have. What type of pearls? What are you looking for? Why are there so many different prices? And hopefully we can answer some of these questions for you in today's session. And if you do see any of the pieces you do like, and the jewelry are actually for sale, so make sure you do either text Lena or add her to her WeChat for further information. So let's get right into it. So pearl has been a natural gem for a very long time, and people actually might not be aware, thinking that pearl is pearl, but pearl is actually considered as a type of gem. It's considered as a natural gem. So what normally happens is that in the nature, a little piece of, it could be a sand, it could be a little bug in the natural ocean. It will go into the shell, and it will trigger a defense mechanism, which will eventually, the layer of the shell will start layering. And after years and years, it will eventually develop what we have is a pearl. And in the nature, in the natural ocean, the chances of finding a natural pearl is nearly impossible. Possibly, you're looking at possibly 1 in a million. You could find, a pearl that's a natural pearl in the right size, the right color and everything. And you're looking at roughly, those are auction prices. So to fulfill to fulfill our needs of having, the beautiful pearl in our, into our jewelry, all the pearls are actually cultured as of the current moment. So I want to say a good 90+% of the pearl you see in the market these days are cultured pearls. But even though they are cultured, they are still different type of quality. You're looking at different quality, you're looking at different type of culturing, you're looking at different type of water. So the most common that you'll see on the market these days are, you have your South Sea pearl, you have your the darker color, you have your Tahiti pearls, and those are all cultured in the ocean water. And obviously there's freshwater pearls that's not in the ocean water, and the quality of the pearl, it's going to be slightly more downgraded, so therefore a little bit cheaper. And as far as now, the most expensive pearl that you can find in the market are actually Akoya pearls. Those are, the culture is to a finest, and they have just an amazing light bulb like luster to it. So let's go ahead and go into today's session, and we are going to do a quick comparison at some different price range pearls. So I was hoping to maybe really zoom in on the quality so that you guys can see, roughly at what price the pearls are, what price range, so that hopefully even if you don't find a piece that you like here, at least you bring a piece of education with you. And so please do feel free to ask us any question. Now, the first piece, which I do want to go over, is a very unique piece. Yes, you can find a lot of different type of pearls, on the market, and they're all going to look more or less the same. The most common design you'll find is, a 14, 18, or a platinum gold with some diamonds, and the pearl is put onto the setting. But for this piece is actually a one of a kind, where the pearl is with the actual shell. So for this piece, what we have for this price is $2,880. But with the price aside, there's a lot to look for when you're looking for a piece. The quality of the pearl, what material is it on? So for this piece, it's actually it's such a rare design where all the ring is customized to create this design, and this is set in 18 karat gold and diamonds. Now you can see, let's go into the actual pearl itself. The pearl for this quality, you could see the color. First, let's look at the color. It's in a light pink color, so you can see the shell of the pearl. That's where you're getting a lot of the color from, and that's the reason why Tahiti pearls are black. It just depends on the type of whether it's a clam or it's an oyster, what type of what type of mother it's carrying the pearl. So for this one, the color, you can see it's got a little bit of pink, and overall the luster is pretty nice. You can see a nice shine to it. So when you're looking or shopping for a pearl, there's a few things you're looking for. We all know the very basic 4 C's in a diamond. And also in pearls, you have similar, not exactly the same quality. So you're looking for diamond, but always you want to look for the color, the luster, the shape. And all of those are considerations on what type of quality that you'll be getting from a pearl. So now let's look into something at a lower price range. So here we have, which is a Mabe pearl. Mabe pearl is not technically considered as a pearl because the whole thing is not cultured off. Is where the organism was living and it was still attached to the shell. So Mabe pearl has always been also very common just due to the fact that it usually runs in bigger sizes. So here in Mabe pearl, you can also have in a variety of color. But compared to the piece that we had earlier, and this is not a Mabe. So let's just do a quick comparison for something that's at close to 3,000, and at the immediate, look, you can tell that this is slightly shinier than the Mabe pearl. But then again, you can't really do that in comparison because this costs nearly 10 times as much. And for this, it's still a good quality. You got your 14 karat gold. This is set in a 14 karat gold, and it's only $300 for roughly $300. Obviously, it's still a type of steel, but you get a pretty nice color. And also blue is more on the rare end of pearls. Now let's take a look at a few other pieces that's in the hundreds range. So here we have a let's see if this is also in 14 karat and set in diamond, and I have a few of them that's in the 300 to 400 range so that you guys can get a better look. So obviously we can see that the pearls are not as perfect, but obviously for $300, this is ideally where your target prices are. Usually it comes with, this is still a discount because it comes with the heavy gold and the diamond, but without all of these, you might still be just the pearl itself. This is the price that you're probably looking at on the normal market. So the blacker one, this one is your typical Tahiti pearl, and this one actually runs on the gray color. And if you want to go and pick for a better quality pearl, obviously they're going to run you a little bit more in price. So here you can see, let me just zoom in on this a little bit. The few things that I do want to point out, since pearl is even though it's cultured, it is still created by nature. So of course, for the price range at a couple $100, you might not be able to find something that's perfect, which is fine because if you have something that's too perfect, you might get yourself a fake pearl. Now you can see here, we have maybe some dent during the creation, and the luster is it's still very shiny, but you have some visible from your eyes that you can see that there might be some minor dent, but that's not, you know, caused due to damage or anything. That is caused from the creation of when the pearl was created. So roughly at 300 on average, this is the type of pearl that you will be getting. Let me see if I have another Tahiti pearl for this type of comparison. Now, here, this is actually a two-piece, so this is going to be a little bit different. But for the comparison of the pearls, obviously there's an immediate difference that you can notice, right? First thing that we look at, there's different colors. Even though they're both Tahiti pearls, look at the color and look at the shine on this one versus the one on this. If you're someone who still want, you know, a not so perfect pearl for, you know, these prices for the 300 bucks, it's very acceptable. You still have yourself a good piece. But if you're really looking for that, you know, that deep perfection, you're really looking to spend a little bit more money. Although, when the pearl in the creation, it cannot all be perfect because, again, like I said, if you have something that's a little bit too perfect, you might be looking at a fake pearl. And another thing that I do want to emphasize is when you're buying a pearl, just a raw pearl, might be a little bit hard if you have it on a piece like that, but also give it a nice weight test. You know, this is what I usually do when I'm doing a pearl, is that I kind of just weight it by hand. And if you have something that's a little bit too light, you'll know that it's likely, you know, not real. But when you have something that's, you know, slightly, you know, a little heavier, then you know that you got yourself a good pearl. Now, going back to the Tahiti pearls, just in Tahiti pearls in general, there are so many different colors. There's, you know, you have your black, you have your peacock color, there's pistachio green, there's gray. So depending on the color and the luster, you are paying different price grades. So for this piece, if you are interested, this is actually set into a necklace like this with this is with 18 karat gold and diamonds, and the price tag on this is $3,300. So again, looking at the price difference, we're looking at something that's, you know, a couple $100 versus something that's a little bit lower in price. So just in color and the quality, there's almost an immediate difference. So let's put these aside. Now going back to look at these pieces, a lot of the value that you're getting from this ring is, you know, they're set in gold, they're set with diamond, and the pearl are not the top quality, and it's okay because it's still a piece of fine jewelry. But if you want something here, and I'll do another quick comparison on something that's, you know, you have a better shape, you have a bigger size, and you have a different color. This in general, even with a gold aside or with a diamond aside, the price is still different. You still see a price difference. So this is something that you'll see on the market for about $300 to $400, and here is something that's runs about for $600. So it's the very common that, you know, at least you know the pearl. It is bigger is better in this case. But other than the size of pearl, you also want to look for all the other factors. Now, moving along, here we have a really, really nice quality pearl. And as you can see, it's got a very heavy price tag compared to something in similar size. Now, comparing to the two, you can almost tell immediately that this is got more, it's more luxurious and it's got more color to it. It's almost like, for this color, you see a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue, like a little lavender in this, as opposed to this pearl that you see less color. So for the quality, and this is also in a much more perfect shape, and you can almost see the reflection right off of the pearl. And this is really an ideal type of quality in pearl. This is what you would really want to look for. And again, you do pay more, you know, heavier prices on the good quality pearls, but it also depends. It really varies, depends on what you're looking for. If you're okay with settling for a couple hundred, this is a really good steal price. At 300 and change, you get yourself a nice gold pearl ring, and it just goes on like this. And if you're somebody who's okay to spend a little bit more money on a very fine piece, and this is something that you can almost spot from afar. Now, going to a different color we have in South Sea Pearl. In the South Sea Pearl series, the most common colors that you see are white and yellow. And again, when it comes to South Sea Pearl, you have different types of yellow. There's, light yellow, champagne. You also have deep yellow, and all the different color also varies, and it also comes in different price range. So looking at these two yellow South Sea Pearl, again, you can see, if you wanted to zoom in a little bit on the pearl itself. Edison. Oh,
这个很特别，就是它的那个是银后。
好。Yep. So going back to our South Sea Pearl here. So here is where I was talking about in the color difference. So you have, and again, the yellow can become even deeper. And when you have something that's, the color grading is slightly higher, you're also looking to pay a little bit more money. For this piece, the price, if you are wondering, the price is $13.26, and this is set in, no, I'm sorry, this is $14.80, and this is also set in gold. No, not gold. This should be platinum. Yep, this is set in platinum and diamond. And another thing that I really do wanted to emphasize is that when you're buying a pearl jewelry, they usually set really good quality pearls in platinum. Platinum is a much harder material to work than gold, so it definitely requires a little bit more skills for your jeweler in order to set the pearl accordingly without actually damaging it. And for a piece like this, not only you're getting for the price that you're paying for, you're not only getting this heavy duty platinum ring with a huge amount of baguette diamonds. So these are usually, the common designs that you see. You have a lot of diamonds around it, and you have a beautiful pearl in the middle. And whereas this piece, the pearl, these are in similar size, but they're also in similar price, I would say, around the 1,000 to 1,500 range. But this is less in weight, and this is also with it's not a ring. This is a pin. Yeah, and this is the only price that you're looking at that's different between these is that this is in platinum and heavy in diamond, and this is set in 18 karat and diamond. Obviously there's the different material, but in terms of pearls, these are pretty much in similar prices is what you're looking at, and they are set with according, if you have if you have a pearl that's slightly in less quality, you will not be really seeing in these prices. Now I know our beautiful Lena just brought in a very unique necklace, and also you can see that this has a very different color. Now these are Edison pearls. What Edison pearls are, we hear this all the time. Edison pearls are actually freshwater pearls. What that basically means is that the pearl are cultured in fresh water, and you usually get a beautiful, sometimes pink, sometimes lilac, the color from Edison pearls. So we all know our common color for Tahiti pearls are in the dark range. You get your peacock and black color and gray color. Your South Sea pearl is in your your white and your golden color. But for Edison, it's known to have this beautiful pink color. Now, upon first look, we can see that the pearls are fairly large. The sizes of these pearls are a lot bigger than some of the other pearls. Obviously, for what the price that we're looking at, the pearls may not be in the perfect quality, and by perfect I mean that you will see some minor flaws on each pearl. So again, this is something you do want to look for, even though from a far distance, right? The first thing you look at is these beautiful shiny pearls, but do make sure you look carefully at each pearl. And when you spin them, when you do a quick spin, right, you can get an idea to see if the pearl is in the perfect round shape or not. And some of the pearls are gonna, due to nature, they're not even as cultured. They're not gonna come exactly the same. If you see a pearl necklace like this in the market anywhere, right, and you say to yourself, that pearl necklace looks so perfect in every round shape. If that pearl necklace is not in 5-digit, you likely got yourself some either pearl powder or plastic. So this is something that, even though they might not look perfect at first look, but at least you know that they're real pearls. And especially when you have them in hand, you will definitely feel the weight. Now for this particular strand, it's set in silver and is going for $750. Now, like I said earlier, just a couple minutes ago, if you were to see a pearl necklace like this and you see almost no dent, if you see no dent on these, you're looking at to pay at least 5-figure for a pearl necklace like that. But if you say to yourself, you know what, nobody's gonna go up so close to me, because COVID is still a thing. If nobody's gonna come up so close to me and I still want this very, very large size, this is quite a discounted price for this type of quality. Usually on the market, when you go to any major store for pearls this size, you're usually looking at the thousands range, and that is what the price range are for pearls like these. Now, if you guys are interested, this is only one. This is the only one we have, and the color itself, and just as you guys can see on camera, it is not a unified color. You have some that's in a lighter color, some of them that's in a slightly darker with different type of different hint of pink or lilac, lavender. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you have different colors, and overall for this price, what Lena is charging for this piece is definitely a steal. Because again, go to any major retailer store. Let's say like you can stop by Macy's and just get an idea, Bloomingdale's. You can definitely see something similar to this, and likely you're looking to pay at least a couple thousand for a piece like this, because the sizes are quite large. Now, this is probably our discount of the day. If you are interested, make sure that you send a text or send her a message on WeChat. Now, going back to what we were, I'm just going to leave this here so you guys can see, because some of the other pieces are a lot different in the price range. You'll see the different quality. Now here we have a pretty nicely shaped pearl, and this is set in really heavy material. This is a lot of diamonds, and in 18 karat. Now the price tag on this is just a little bit over 2,000. There's a zero back there, just a little bit over 2,000. And when you're looking for a piece, yes, we do definitely want to focus on the pearl, but let's not forget what other materials are being used next to it. On top of the fact that, you know, usually you want to go, you know, 18 karat or you want to go platinum. Some of these, you really want to take a closer look because thinking it from a logically perspective, you will only want to use the best material, the shiniest diamond for a really good piece of pearl. And when you have all these indicators, it's really gonna give you guys an idea of what quality this pearl is. Now, before I go any further, if you guys do like this material, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content. We don't just do, you know, we always will have some, you know, crazy special sales, and hopefully this can become a more of a series that we can bring more educational value for our viewers. So at least you know what you're buying and what prices that you're paying, whether you're overpaying or if you got yourself a steal. And that's, you know, really the purpose that we want to establish here. Now, going back to this piece, what I really wanted to emphasize, let me just get in a little bit better on the lighting. The diamonds that's used in this pearl is extremely clear. I know it might not pick up on camera because you're looking at the reflection, but even the little pieces, they're quite white, and these are baguette diamonds, and it's very obvious to notice if a baguette diamond is not clean or something because the way that it was cut. But you're looking at really good quality diamond. All of them are sized and portioned exactly to fit into this ring, and they have also picked a very beautiful pearl to go on top of this. Now, again, you might not have everything completely perfect, and that is just a part of the pearl. When you see something like this, this is just the nature's creation. All right, let's move on to something that's also a little bit different. I'm just going to jump around different prices so at least you guys can go, oh, that's really nice. And, you know, and when we look at something that's kind of, you know, pricey, but when we want to do these comparisons, at least you guys have an idea of what you're buying. Now here, as you guys can see, this is set in, I believe this is 14 karat, and the price on this is only $238. Now this is a pearl cluster ring. There's a lot of these in the market where you have a big cluster of, you know, whether it's pearls or gemstones, and they're being put on here. And this is and you can see the shapes are not in the perfect size. The color are not in, you know, like if you were to, from a distance, right, if you were to wear something like this versus something like this on yourself, you can definitely see the price difference. Now, if you say to yourself, I still really want something that's very different, I want something that's affordable, there's definitely things that's out in the market that are affordable and still fulfill your needs. But it's really a matter of what you're willing to pay and what quality you're looking for. Now, back into, if you guys missed it, the Mabe pearl, and these are set in 14 karat. So just remember what I was mentioning at an earlier, that, you know, the best quality, you're always going to want to look for something that's set in platinum, 18, just because it's a little bit more added value. But again, with you know, better material, you're looking at a more expensive price tag. Let's see, let me pick another piece. Now here we have another Mabe pearl, and I'm just going to bring both of these so you guys can see, compared to a regular pearl. And I'll grab another ring. All right, let's go with this ring. All right, compare, I hope you guys can see the different the face on the pearls. So you guys can see this is completely smooth, as opposed to the Mabe pearl, this quality, it's a little bit rough on the edge. But again, this is just so that you guys can get an idea. Actually, I think this is probably a perfect example to compare. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this just so that every time I want to go back to refer it, this is where I refer it to. So this, again, this pearl piece that we were looking at, you got almost an amazing color. This piece, again, amazing color, amazing, you know, luster, and the shape is in a perfectly round shape. Now, going back to look at the Mabe pearl and the jewelry piece, this piece is at $1,000, and a lot of the price, and this again, when you're shopping for pearl jewelry, and this is something you want to look for, where are you paying for these prices? It's clearly not to pay for this, you know, average condition pearl, even though it's a very large face. You can just take a look at the setting, the amount of diamond is used, and the work that is being put. This is actually an adjustable ring, where this comes with an internal spring that makes the ring adjustable. Just the setting itself on the regular market, you're probably looking at over $1,000 already, and the amount of diamonds that's being used. But it's set into a large piece of Mabe pearl. But again, just going back to the pearl conversation, you can really see the difference in luster and color and shape. So this, even though this have a much bigger face, the face is much bigger, but the quality in this pearl is not at the best. But again, for this piece, what you're looking for, and when you're shopping, right, you might go to your regular jeweler, and you might be still looking to pay, you know, easily $1,500 for a piece like this, just because they're going to say, oh, we have the gold and we have the diamond. And that's also something to look for when you're shopping for pearls. Now here we have another very interesting piece. I believe this is set in gold, some sort of 14 karat perhaps, and very different little pieces of pearl. There are some gemstones, natural gemstones along in this. You know, when it comes to pearl, the first thing that people usually think of is an exaggerated piece like this. A beautiful pearl that goes around your neck. And there's also people that just look for something that's very, very simple. And just from, you know, a far look, when you look at the pearl, you can see this piece as small as the piece are when you take a closer look at each little pearl. The color is really the color is really nice. It's got almost like a iridescent color to it. You have a mixture of pink and blue, light pink and light blue. Now this is with gold, and you have some sapphire, emerald, and ruby braided into a piece like this. Although the size of the pearl are not huge like these pieces, it is still in a very good condition, good quality, just because when I pick up this piece, it can almost be mind-blowing when you see a piece this small can be this heavy. And again, that's just always a good sign when you're shopping for pearls. Now this piece is only at $190. So now that you guys can see what really price range and what type of pearls to look for, there's so many different qualities, there's so many different price range, and people design and you know, use these pearls in such different ways, and just to make sure that you get your best buck you spend. I hope that this session is somewhat educational so that when you're shopping for your next pearl piece, you're not overpaying. So here we have a ear stud, and this is in freshwater pearl. And if your local jeweler have these, FWP is just freshwater pearl, and you will see some other marking, and it will say either, see, for example, this will be marked SSP for South Sea pearl, and you will see all the marking. Usually the jeweler, if your local jeweler have something like this, you can you know, you can give yourself a confirmation, or if you look at more of it, you can have a better idea of what type of pearls you're looking for. Now, just to pick up the piece that I just held on, right? So this is a freshwater pearl. This is a South Sea pearl, which is a Tahiti pearl, right? When we first look at the two in comparison, other than the color aside, obviously Tahiti pearls are, you know, in different colors, but the shine and the luster are so different, and that is due to the growing environment. So fresh water is just your regular water, and South Sea is obviously in the ocean. So these, if you guys were to ever be curious how they, you know, farm South Sea pearl, is that they have all these the oysters or whatever clams that they use. They have them in these netted you know, webs, and then they dump them into the ocean and let them grow. And that is the reason why a lot of times you don't see pearls in this perfect condition. And it's the same thing that goes with fresh water. But the difference is that your growing environment in something like this, which is a freshwater versus ocean water. Now, I do have some of these, I have 3 pieces of South Sea pearl that are in really big discount, and I wanted to go over this with you guys because this is not something you will see on the regular market, and I really wanted to go a little bit more in depth into these pearls with you in Tahiti pearls. Now, all of these are in a all of these are set in 18 karat with some diamonds to it. So just forget the diamond, and all of them are actually $280. Now, when you're shopping for a pearl, what is it that, like I said, there's so many different things that you're looking for, and the camera may not be picking up that well. Let me see if the lighting here will change it. Now, for a piece like this, the first look you wanted to look at is when you compare the color difference. Actually, let me just do this. Maybe I can have a little bit better in color to show for you guys. First thing you guys want to look at is color. Then you wanted to look at its luster and, if you know, the condition. And I mean, when it comes to the shape, it's almost immediate that you can tell if the pearl is round or not. Even though these are pretty much the same, if you take a much closer look at these 2 pieces, this is actually more on a darker peacock side color, and this is actually slightly green. The next thing, after you identify the colors that you're looking for, you want to see the condition and if there are any little lumps. And for this piece, you may see a little bit, but that's, again, you know, just nature being nature. You can't have the thing to grow exactly in a perfect condition. But when you grab a piece like this, you can almost see from all sides, and give it a quick spin. You can see that the size is good. It's all in a perfectly round shape. There might be some minor, you know, some little minor, what do you call this? They're not, like, I guess, like natural dents from the creation, but that is extremely common from a pearl. And for a piece, and when you have something in similar price range, This piece, on the other hand, is actually a little bit more shinier and has less of the dent. But the color of Tahiti pearls also varies. So that's what determines the price range. So if it were for me, I would personally pick number 8 if I were to shop for myself, just because there are a little bit less of indentations on the pearl. But that's if you were to have a selection between similar pearls. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't really care for, you know, that perfect dent, the reason that this pearl is also another good choice is that when you take a much closer look in person, this actually have a light, more green. Let's just put it this way. This at what number is this? This is 12, right? This is actually more on the green side. It's almost getting very, very close to that pistachio color. Whereas this is your typical peacock color. Now, pistachio color is a little bit less common on the market, and that's probably why, even though this one, you may see some small, very unnoticeable indentations, the same price. Now, these are the pearl special that we have from earlier this week, and there was a huge shipment. And these are the only ones that's left. But for all these pieces, and I can almost assure you, when you guys go shop in the market, those are not going to be $200 to $300 range. Those are easily, you're looking at to pay double the price. So, you know, first come, first serve. This is all we have that's left when it comes to this Tahiti Pearl Special. But yeah, again, if you're looking for something, you know, this is considered as, you know, steal of the day that we have when it comes to pearl. We actually have, I would consider these two, this beautiful, you know, pearl necklace, and these 3 Tahiti pearl that we have are steal of the day, just because the price to quality ratio are so high that you're looking at to pay double to triple the amount in a normal retailer. But again, you know, do shop around and look around to see more, you know, more items. So here we have a, you know, a very heavy duty piece. Again, you know, I'm probably gonna be like a broken record. Look at the material that the item is set in, then you can get an idea of how the pearls are. And also, when you buy a pearl, make sure you inspect the pearl on all sizes, because, you know, if you're not careful, some of the other jeweler might attempt to hide, you know, the dents, or, like, you know, whatever that they're trying to hide in somewhere else on the back. So when you're buying a pearl, always inspect all around, especially when you can inspect them around like this. Now, for a piece like this, obviously the pearl is, you know, it's good quality pearl, but a lot of the value actually went into the setting. So the setting is in 18 karat, and this is with diamond. This is a very heavy duty piece. Now, obviously, when you're shopping for pearl, you wanted to make sure you look for the top quality pearls. But when you have something like this, and a lot of your money is going towards the setting, you know, into the gold, because, you know, gold are getting more expensive, the gold and the diamond, and that's also something to consider. It's almost like you're buying the setting and getting the pearls for free. Let's go over a few other pieces that we have here. Now, here is a Tahiti pearl that's in, and I just wanted to do a quick comparison to the pearl that we have earlier. Immediately, almost immediately, you guys can see this is a much smaller piece, but it's so much shinier than this piece. But in terms of color, luster, and shape, this has all a beat. when you do a comparison. But this comes with a little piece of gold and just by itself, whereas this you have a heavy duty chain that came with it. Now this is in right here. When you look at the tag, this is Tahitian pearl, 18 karat, and you got the count of diamond is actually a cutoff, but you have just a beautiful necklace. Now this is running for 1,500, and like I said, sometimes when you're shopping for a pearl, the money that you're paying might not go all into the pearl. It might be actually going to the rest of the setting. And if you say, you know what, eventually I want to replace this with a much better pearl, say you add something really big to it. Let's say if you add something like this, you can remove this, right? For 1,500, you still got yourself a really heavy. Now this is almost like a solid little heart, solid diamond hearts and gold. And you don't see much of this type of heavy duty chain in the market these days. So again, when you're buying something, just to get an idea what your money is going to. And if you're unfamiliar, some people might say, oh, it's a pearl, it's a diamond necklace, but realistically, the pearls for this particular piece, you might not be looking at the top or the best condition pearl, but you're getting a lot of value from the chain. Now going back to Tahiti pearl, and I just wanted to bring again the piece earlier. So when you guys do a comparison, ideally a piece like this is what you are paying, let's say a good $300 to $500, maybe more than $500 when you're going to a retailer, just because it's in such a good quality. Now this Tahiti pearl is something that's a little bit more rare to see in the market because the color is actually in gray. These Tahiti pearl are the ones that you see the most on the market, which is like a peacock color, and they're in much smaller diameter than the other pearl, so you can see the color difference. So when you first look at these, you might not really, it really depends on how you feel. Some people say, I'm just in the market to shop for a gray pearl. Then this is the pearl you wanted to look for, because it's overall still a very good pearl, because it's got a good round shape that's faced up. And this is what I was mentioning earlier, is that you want to give it an all inspection. Now again, due to the nature's creation, it's really hard to have something that's in such a perfect condition. But overall, the jeweler will usually have it faced in the most perfect way for you. So from all perspective, when you're looking at a piece like this, you pretty much got yourself a round piece. Now this is also set in gold, and the price is $1,500. I wanted to see, and this is a pin. Now if you wanted to convert this into a necklace, you can just put a chain right through here and it will convert into a necklace. So again, if I were to put next to here each other, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but in similar sizes, it really doesn't pick up that well on camera, but the luster are quite different. Now I think I've gone over, actually just one more thing. I really want to go over this really nice looking. I want to go over one more piece with you guys. So this is also set in gold and diamond and a lot of South Sea pearls with an adjustable chain. Now the price tag of this is $5,000, but you have so many different material. You have so much material going on in this, other than the gold. Just looking at each ball, there's so many diamonds on each ball. And also in, you know, the Asian culture, when you have something spinning, it's for, you know, spinning good luck. But each an individual pearl. Now let's just have a quick look so you guys get an idea. Spinning the whole pearl. This is me spinning the whole pearl. Do you feel like I'm not even spinning at all? I'm actually spinning the whole pearl. So this one, you can actually see a little bit more of the indentation. Here we go. Okay. So here, zooming in again. For the most part, when you spin a pearl like this and it almost feels like you're not doing anything, that to me is a good pearl, because you're getting good shape and the luster. And here, see this one, you can actually almost see a little bit. And here are just some, you know, some of the tricks and techniques that I personally use when I go and shop for jewelry, because, you know, especially when you're shopping for a quite expensive piece, you really want to make sure that you're paying the best amount of money in, you know, what you're paying for, the best quality, and you get the best value. So again, that is what I personally would do for all the pearl. For places that I can, you know, that I mentioned earlier, for places that I can, if I could spin, I would spin it, and just to give it a quick inspection. Now, putting this aside, so that will be all for today's. Oh, actually, you know what? This is I know I keep on saying last, but I do want to go over an Akoya piece with you guys before we go. So at the beginning of the video, I mentioned the price range are usually freshwater, South Sea, and then Akoya pearls. This is your typical Akoya pearl. It does not mark it, but this is an earring. Now the other piece is here. Now usually for Akoya pearls, they are not very big in diameter. They usually have a very nice pink iridescent luster to it, and they're also known to have very, very high shine, almost like little light bulbs. And I love these little light bulb pearls. So when it comes to, you know, when it comes to pearl shopping, it really depends on what is that you're looking for, the color you're shopping for. There are so many different options that you have out there in the market. Let me just bring these back. So this is actually another piece of Akoya that I did not. So again, you guys can see $1,800 for, again, this is a beautiful piece. I want to bring back the few pieces that I have of the different colors. So we have the best freshwater pearls. We have the South Sea pearls. And I guess I can use this for a Tahiti pearl. So again, these are all the pearls that we roughly went over today. You have your freshwater pearls, you have your South Sea pearl, you have your Tahiti pearl, you have your Edison pearl. There are so much different type of pearls on the market, and they're all priced range so differently. And it's also really, you know, when you guys do shop for these pearls, you want to definitely be careful. For one, you want to avoid anything that is a fake piece. For two, you wanted to make sure that you have something that is in top quality, or for the whatever that price that you're paying is the top quality. The price to the quality had to equate. You don't want to overpay for, you know, something. You know, you don't want to pay for something that's supposed to be, you know, a $50 pearl, and you're paying, like, let's say $200 to $300 for. Understand what you're getting, what you're paying. Know the values that you're paying, so that way we can provide the best value. And here we really hope to provide more of these, you know, further education for you guys. And if this is something that you guys do like, please make sure to give us a like on this video, so that we know you guys want to see more contents like this. Now, this doesn't mean that, you know, our $50 special or, you know, holiday special are going away. That's definitely sticking. But we do want to provide something a little bit different for you guys, so that not only do we provide quality, value, and we also provide in, you know, some education and a lot of value for you guys. Now, if you're interested in any of the jewelry from today's stream session, make sure you send a text or a WeChat to Lena to seek for further information. And one last thing I really wanted to emphasize, this Edison pearl, it's such a steal, because if you are close by, make sure you come and check this out in person. It's such a rare piece because you got all of these in similar size. You got beautiful shines, and all, again, the Tahiti pearls, that is all we have left for the $280 range. Now, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you